engines. This is the Women's Motorsports Network. From dirt track nights to the bright race lights, from the garage to victory lane. Women are rising, chasing the dream, with horsepower running through their veins. Women's Motorsports Network. Hear those engines roar. Stories of courage, speed, and heart, like you've never heard before. Fuel her future, fuel her dreams. Every lap we celebrate. Women's Motorsports Network. Let's hit the track. Let's hit the track. Women's Motorsports Network. Connecting and celebrating women in motorsports. One story at a time.
Hello, everyone. This is Melinda Russell with the Women's Motorsports Network podcast, and we're going to have a really fun show today, and I can't wait to get started. So I've heard a rumor that there may be a new movie coming out about some women in motorsports, and that's right up my alley, Rebecca. So we're going to get started and find out what you might know about that. So would you first, though, tell me just a little bit about yourself?
Oh, my name is Rebecca. I live in South Jersey. I have 3 kitties and a puppy. I am a content creator, Twitch streamer, so I'm a gamer. So I love my computers and my video games, but I have a brand new passion for dirt racing.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Well, how did that come about? How did you come about loving dirt racing? Because I know the East Coast, there's a lot of good racing out there, but how did that get started?
You know, I was in a studio and someone remembered me and reached out and said, "Hey, there might be this potential movie about women in motorsports. You might be a fabulous fit." And surely enough, I do indeed know a little something about this pony movie you speak of, because it
Okay.
completely took over my interest in motorsports.
Really? So Pony is the name of the movie?
Yes.
And where does that come from?
Well, so there's Pony. So Pony, like ponytails. It's
Oh,
Pony and Amanda Marchetti. So Pony is my sister, and I'm Amanda in the movie.
uh-huh.
And our car is called Aspie. As far as what Pony, her name, we have to ask our director a little bit more about that one.
Okay. But I love that because it's memorable, you
Yes,
know. And in motorsports, a lot of times you have to set yourself apart and be memorable in some way. And so she would
absolutely.
definitely be memorable for sure,
Oh,
and you as well.
the
So
Marchetti sisters definitely know how to remember the name.
absolutely. So did you know anything about motorsports before you took on this role?
I didn't know a thing about dirt racing. I knew about motorsports and its existence. I had known just a little bit here and there. But after getting casted as Amanda, our director was very kind and kind of guided us, and especially myself. We used to go to the track before starting to film, got to really sit there and take a look at what the track is like on a typical
Mhm.
Friday, a typical Saturday. The loud noises, the yelling, the screaming, the cars.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about dirt racing.
Okay.
So taking a deep dive in research and real life experiences truly made this movie just something more unique than just the movie itself.
Absolutely. And I'm going to ask you a question about how much do you love dirt racing now since you've experienced it?
So during the filming of Pony, I had the opportunity to drive the pony car. And when you're approached as the actress and it's, "Hey, do you want to get in the car?" I didn't hesitate, but there was a tiny part of me that was curious. How on earth do you just get into the car and just go?
Mhm.
And they said, well, it's easy. You just go with the flow of things. You just do it. And they got me in the car. As a gamer, as a sim gamer, I had gone to a gaming convention, the sim gaming convention, where I was put into a simulation to
Mhm.
practice, to learn how to do it, to
Mhm.
then do the real life stunts. You learn a lot when you're actually in the cars.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
Totally different experience, isn't it?
Absolutely. But it
Yeah.
has truly made it a one of a kind experience, and it makes it just all the more better.
Yeah. So where was this filmed? Are you able to share that?
Yeah, it was filmed at Bridgeport Speedway.
Okay. Right out there in the east part of the country
Yep.
where dirt modified racing is a big part of what those people do in the summer on the weekends, and so that's a great track to have filmed that out. So what
Yeah.
surprised you the most? Because I'm assuming there must have been some real race people there that you
Mhm.
interacted with. So what surprised you the most about the racing world? Was it what you thought it was gonna be, or
I think the pits actually surprised me the most. And kind of the hurdle, there's being on the track itself, but then there's the pits and all the cars set up and their trailers. Everyone's very close to each other. And then
Mhm.
it's how everyone that, even though they're rivals or not so rivals, that you're all able to maneuver around, that everybody has some form of way of communicating. It's very loud, it's very hectic. Accidents happen, malfunctions happen, and just the way that they get around the pits is something that I just had never experienced before. So it was very surprising.
Yeah, it is, and the thing is, yes, they're competitive on the track, but in the pits, they're all mostly all friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it really does show, and they won't hesitate, like, some of them won't even hesitate to help one another. So it,
absolutely.
especially when accidents happen, something overheats, you see everybody kind of gather together to help.
Yeah,
It's nice to see.
it is nice to see. So, what was it about this role when they said, "We're gonna do a movie about 2 sisters that drive race cars?" Did you immediately think, "Oh, that sounds amazing," or were you hesitant to take on this role?
I didn't hesitate at all. I think we definitely need more female representation in motorsports.
I
Uh,
agree.
Big time of all of the movies or anything revolving motorsports, we see a lot of men.
Yes,
Love
we
to
see a lot
see
of men.
women that aren't, say, over sexualized, or they're just kind of like the secondary part. They're not like
Mhm.
the prominent part. And in Pony, the Marchetti sisters are really the prominent part. They aren't just like an object in it. They are the champion racers.
Right.
They are
Right,
the baddies.
absolutely. Love it, absolutely love it. So, was there a scene in the movie that was, like, more emotional or hard to get through that, I know actresses and actors really become the person. So, tell me a little bit about that without giving away the story too much.
Without giving away too much, after being in the car itself, you do kind of get a feel for maybe what it would also be like to crash. And through seeing, the speeds and watching and just being a part of everything, there are some moments where there are some accidents that happen that are real heavy hitters, that are just, they're real life scenarios.
Mhm. That's
And
true.
for some people, that'll be a little harder to watch. For
Mhm.
others, maybe not so much. But I think this movie really does have several emotional hitters that will
Yeah,
will get everybody. Everybody will have some sort of thing that will be relatable.
right. Or they've known someone or,
Absolutely.
motorsports is a huge family for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
So
went to PRI, and
oh, did you?
PRI was one big family.
Oh, yeah, and that doesn't even really touch the surface, you know? I normally go to
Right?
PRI, but this year I wasn't able to because I was gonna have surgery right away afterwards, and so it's just a big family, and you can't wait to see those people every year when you go back, and
Yes.
yeah, and that's just a small part of the motorsports family for sure. So was there a scene that was harder for you to film than the others?
I definitely think that there were some scenes for me that were a little more emotional. I myself am an older sister. So to feel when you put yourself in those shoes and you become the person that you are as the older sister, it does it does hit very hard. In my gaming world, I am a female gamer in a very male dominated world. And the
Mhm.
same goes for when you transition into motorsports, it's the same world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you just get that extra heavy hitter in the movie. You get that sense of feeling of these girls, they are the oddballs. They are still champions. So there's
Right.
nothing that, is any different, but they definitely have their ups and downs in this and a lot of turmoil.
Yeah. So is there something about your character in the movie or the movie overall that you wanna make sure that people take away from it when they leave after watching it?
The takeaway I would definitely want Pony and Amanda Marchetti are indeed champion racers. They are family brought up as racers. They are sisters. They're dedicated. They live, eat, breathe dirt racing. It is their
Mhm.
lives. So everything that they do in that movie revolves around dirt
Yeah.
racing. So for every single, like, that is their passion, that is their career, that is their ambition
Yeah.
and family as well. So the big takeaway is just remembering that name and remembering that those sisters truly dominate the racetrack
Yeah.
no matter what happens
Right.
and that they are they are unstoppable.
Yeah. I interview a lot of girls and women, families, and if you have a passion for racing of any kind, it dominates your life because you just eat, breathe, sleep, think all about racing and how you're going to go from here to here and do it. And so you totally captured, what true racing families are like for sure. So now did you and Pony um did you develop a relationship? Like, did you know each other or did you, if not, then did you develop a relationship kind of like sisters in this movie?
Absolutely. We did not know each other and we got together on set and we had spoken a little before, kind of ran some lines, talked about wardrobe, typical Marchetti sister talk even before getting on set. And we instantly just clicked because we took on that sister role. We took on the big sister, little sister, learning it together. Her family has a little history of racing. Mine does not, but she still had to step into that role herself and truly feel the role of Pony.
Yeah.
Uh, and we still talk to this day. We're still very close. We got to see a private viewing of the movie, so we had that together moment where we could be there next to each other, crying in some scenes and
Oh,
cheering in others and hugging it out. And we really did become like one big family, including the rivals. We're
yeah.
still close with the rivals too, outside of everything.
Right, absolutely. So, how long did it take for you from the time you, like, started filming till you were done? About how long did that take?
We started out August and we finished January.
Okay,
So about 5 months.
okay, alright.
But there was still like time in between. It wasn't like the entirety of 5 months.
Right,
It's,
right.
staggered out as the
Because
director would need.
'cause you're not gonna be on the racetrack in December in New Jersey.
No, not a chance. There were some cold nights. I have to give it to people. I know that the suits are heavy and they're hot. I
Yeah,
experienced that too. Um, in the winter, it is still very cold,
yes. Yes, it is.
and there was some
So,
cold nights.
I bet there were. So, Rebecca, women have raced for generations, and A lot of people don't realize that. They just think that women have just come on the scene in the last 15, 20 years, or maybe not even. So, do you think that
Um,
this movie is going to help bring women to the forefront and help change that for people who don't follow racing? Maybe they're going to watch this and they're going to be like, women race and they're champions. I didn't know that. Is the movie going to change that?
I think the movie will truly be inspirational. I think that with Pony and Amanda, and especially Pony, being the main character, going through no matter what she does go through, like she's the main character, she is the inspiration. Amanda's the inspiration. Family is the inspiration.
Mhm.
But it is something where those we've had a few like little girls that have watched bits and pieces or have watched the movie and they want to get in the cars as well. So if the small group that we had was inspiring enough to get them wanting to get into racing, because there are two little ones from the crew that are also starting into their racing careers at very young ages, under 10.
Wow, that's
That
exciting.
I do, yeah, that I do believe that as we push the movie out, it'll gain more traction and show just how empowering it can be and how they are there,
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
do
for sure.
exist.
So, I didn't give you the questions ahead of time, but you're answering kind of my next question, and that is, what do you hope young girls take away after watching this film? And I think you basically just answered it, that they wanna do it too.
Absolutely. Yes, and that they are no different. When you are on the track, you are the same.
Yeah.
You're in the cars, you're in the suits. Accidents can happen to anybody.
Mhm.
Victories can happen to anybody. You are
Yeah.
just as good as the person next to you. You're you'll learn from your mistakes. It's about being strong, it's about being independent, trusting the process, and when things get bad, you just get back up again and keep going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you get on the racetrack and you put the helmet on, the car doesn't know if you're male or female, and so you're
That's
just
right.
another racer. You're just another racer, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, why do stories about women in motorsports matter? I tell lots of stories through my podcast. Why does that matter?
Well, for every story is just another piece to the giant puzzle that is showing the history of women in motorsports.
Mhm.
Because for every story, it's just there's another one and another one and
Yeah.
another one, and they're not secondary characters. They are main characters.
Mhm.
And so for every
Abs
main character, we push through and we become those equals. And
Yeah,
through all of us empowering one another, we'll be unstoppable no matter what.
exactly. So, now were there other racers, actual women racers that you met and talked to at the speedway?
So not at the speedway. I was not there for so I got to do some of my stunts, but then the other stunts were done by Alana Carter, and she's a
Okay.
Canadian race car driver. And she did the stunts. I ended up meeting her at PRI. I recognized her. I ran up to her and I said, "You did stunts for my character in Pony." I said, "You did the Amanda Marchetti stunts." And we got to meet, and it was actually really cool to meet her, to just like see the actual person. She's walking around just like everybody else
Mhm.
at PRI, and she stood with confidence. She belonged there. It didn't
Yeah.
matter if you're treated differently at PRI. People definitely looked at me and some of the other a little bit differently. I could tell.
Mhm.
But she just stood
Yeah.
with such confidence that that was inspirational even for myself, seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
Let alone just the fact that she did the stunts there too, and then I wanted to do some of them, and it was just
Yeah.
so much fun.
And it's good that you met her, so you have a connection to her then for sure. Was there a moment on the set when everybody kinda looked at each other, or some of you, and you looked at each other and, "This is a way more powerful story than I realized." I mean, going in, you read the script and you kinda know what it's gonna be, but acting it out changes it.
Yep. There comes a scene which you can see a tiny bit in the teasers and trailers. Pony has a bit of a temper.
Oh,
And
yes.
she storms into the pits and she goes after one of the other racers who's another female. So hey, we
Mhm.
also, even on the rivalry side, there's yet another woman. Still important.
Right. Right.
And
So,
it just becomes a little more real.
yeah, it does. Because that happens.
It does happen. Maybe one big family in the pits, but some people have tempers. It gets competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, it was there any kind of a funny story that happened behind the scenes that maybe the people gonna watch the movie or that you would enjoy sharing?
Oh, oh, yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness. So, a funny that I think people find as a good giggle is when we're filming. If you happen to hear chickens
Chickens.
in the beginning
Oh,
at our house, they were they wanted to be in the movie
sounds
very
like it.
badly.
Mhm.
Very badly. So every time you hear a chicken, just know that there were lines that had to be repeated many times. And we all eventually, especially when we're in the garage with the car, there were times where our laughter is true laughter because those chickens would not stop.
They were
That
not
was
part of the
definitely
script.
they were
They were
not
not
part
part
of
of
the
the
script, but they were a very, very good happy bonus to it when you watch it.
I'm gonna listen
Uh,
for those, for
you
sure.
have to.
Yeah. So when was the dirt and the noise and the cars, how fast they go, was that as intense and real as it looks on the screen? I mean, was that really what you experienced?
When we first got there, like when I first got there and you see the dirt going over the track and you can hear the cars in the background, you can as you're approaching, you can start to feel them. You can hear some of them starting up, you can hear the guy speaking. And as we sat there, I sat right in the front. I had my ear protection. I'm sitting right in the front, and you saw the green flag. I guess when I approached, they were on a yellow, so they were kind of slow, and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. And I'm asking questions. I'm like, so what is yellow, caution, like, what's going on? Are they just kind of just pacing themselves? And then green hits, and they all on that turn start up, and they were so fast.
Yeah.
It startled me because you could
Mhm.
feel it. And
Yeah.
the same goes for how it felt when starting the car up to actually drive it myself. It's that same feeling.
Yeah. It kinda
You're a
hits you
part of
right
the
here.
car. Yeah, it
Mhm.
hits you right in the core. And
Mhm.
it means something from watching it to being in the cars themselves.
Yeah.
Even it's all like the same feeling.
Yeah. So, the racing that's in the movie, um, was that really racers from that track in the movie?
Yes. Rob did a phenomenal job. Rob and the rest of the crew did a phenomenal job setting up GoPros, getting live footage, and getting the actual racing. Like it is not fake. It's not AI, CIG, net CGI. Uh, it is authentic, true racing to a T. It is worth the Friday nights, Saturday nights, losing GoPros, whatever happens, happens,
Mhm.
hooking them up to the cars. So you'll actually see me because we had a GoPro in the car doing the laps and with other drivers as well. It'll give a sense of authenticity, respect that it was actual racers.
Rebecca, did this role change you in any way from interacting, telling the story? Has it changed you in any way, your outlook on racing or about yourself?
Absolutely. It has reshaped my mindset. It kind of propels it a little bit forward, coming from the gaming world, the sim world. Um,
Mhm.
and then moving into motorsports, it's very similar, yet it's different, but it's very similar in so many ways that,
Yeah.
now that I've caught the bug itself, it's starting to slowly consume me. I'll be heading
Okay.
to the Sim Gaming Expo in September, and they want me on a panel to talk about women in motorsports. They
Awesome.
want some demos done on the simulators, and we're gonna keep building off of that and continue to go to PRI to continue gathering sponsors and then getting on the track next year for my first rookie season
Wow. That
in the
has
pony car.
really changed you. I'm so
Hmm.
excited. We're gonna become good friends because I'm gonna be
Yes,
following
we
your
will.
story. I'm gonna follow that story for sure. Yeah, that is amazing. So, um, I've got a project coming up, and I'm not gonna share too much about it, but,
Mhm.
it's kinda called the Legacy Project, and I'll share it with you privately
Of
because I'm
course.
not ready to but, I've got some legacy questions because I call myself a story keeper, not a storyteller. A story keeper keeps the history of
Hmm.
all of you women in motorsports, and so, you're gonna be a part of that, a story keeper project. So I'm gonna ask you some questions about, you're gonna start your rookie season. So 50 years from
Yeah.
now, I'll be long gone because 'cause I'm old, Rebecca. 50 years from now, what do
No,
you hope people remember about this movie? Is it gonna be one that people keep showing their kids and their grandkids as they grow up?
I really do hope so. I hope that it's a if passed on from, hey, I watched this. This is how this movie inspired me to drive race cars, that it passes down to the next and the next and the next to whoever the it doesn't have to just be a generational thing, it can be everybody, in hopes that if I have a daughter one day, be able to say, hey, look, here's a movie and here's how inspiring it is, to be able to show it at some
Yeah.
festivals, just to be able to,
Mhm.
even talk in the panels, because
Right.
you never know who's watching, you never know who's
No.
listening, and who says, "Wow, I want to be just like her. I want
Yeah.
to I want to be a race car driver too."
One of the things that we say, a lot of us women in motorsports is if you see her, you can be her,
That's right.
and that's very powerful.
And I think
Right
that's
before
definitely movie based too.
it is. Right before PRI, Rebecca, there's an organization called Women in Motorsports North America. Good friends of mine that run that. You definitely need to be there this year.
I
And
saw that I had missed it.
yeah,
I was a
well,
little sad.
it's December 7th and 9th, I think. It's right before PRI. So it's the perfect timing. And once your movie comes out, I'm sure you're going to hear from a lot of those women. That's exciting, but it's
Yeah,
definitely something that I think you would want to attend. It's so inspirational, networking with women and some men. We let some of the men in the door. It's not just women,
of course.
but
Of course.
it's a great conference, and I think you would love to be a part of that. So put that on your calendar. So
I
now,
am marking it.
if a young actress watches this movie and decides, like you have, that she wants to drive a race car, what advice would you give her?
Well, do your homework. The director was able, to find at the racetrack a couple of the racers that do race every weekend to
Mhm.
teach, to show us
Yeah.
how things are done properly so we don't hurt ourselves, proper
Mhm.
uh, safety gear, and just not to be afraid of it. But it's about still prepping properly. Just get into the vehicle. It's still machinery. It's still
Yeah,
dangerous. It's
absolutely.
even though it's a movie, when you're getting into the real race car, it's a sport, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You still have to take safety precautions, but still do it.
Right.
Fear nothing.
Awesome. 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 I love this. What have I not asked you about that you want to make sure you
Hmm.
can share about being a part of this movie? Anything at all?
I think we have done such a good job of
I think
covering
we
so
have
much.
too, but
We really have. I'm thinking though.
okay.
Uh,
Well, that's good. If you have to think
I
that
think
long, I think
yeah,
we've
if I
done a
have to
good
think that,
job.
I think so too. Other than to just kind of really kind of take a look at the key details. It's not,
Yeah.
just about the two sisters, it's family based. There's a lot more, just like
Yes.
things, those racers, they are somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody's mom, somebody's
Mhm.
dad, brother, sister, child, brother,
Exactly.
so it'll hit differently
Mhm.
for every person.
It will, and that's what I find when I talk to racing families. A lot of times I'll talk to a parent if it's a younger, 18 or under, and the one thing that I hear from kids is it's something that I do with my family on the weekends, and I'll ask them, "Well, you could be going to the beach or playing softball or whatever," and they're like, "But racing is our life, and this is what we
Yeah.
do," and this movie shows that with the family aspect. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not the dad pushing the girls or, anything. It's the family, and that's important because motorsports is all about family.
That's right. It really
Yeah.
is about family. I've seen
Yeah.
it on the track. There's some of the racers that talked to us that filled us in on details. The
Mhm.
parents shared, pictures of them racing and
Yeah.
showing that it's a generational thing that those and truly shocked to see how young kids can start racing because
Mhm.
I saw pictures and videos of really tiny cars
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
fact that the parents are comfortable to put
Right.
in them.
Exactly. Are you gonna put your 4-year-old in a junior dragster? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true. But they do. They start pretty young, and I feel like they start younger all the time, but, yeah. Rebecca, this has really been a joy. Thank you so much for being on. I
Thank you so
just
much for having me.
I wanna promote this movie. I want everybody to watch it, and I wanted to have a chance to talk to somebody that was in the movie, and so this is amazing. Thank you again for being on, and any final words or anything at all you wanna share?
Oh, just to watch the movie and remember the name.
That's awesome. So that movie is called Pony. It's gonna be
Pony.
released here soon. And this is Rebecca, who plays Amanda. And we're excited for the movie to come out. And Rebecca, let's stay in touch.
Yes, please. Thank you so much
Awesome.
for having me again.
You're welcome.
Start your engines. This is the Women's Motor